Kristin, thank you so much for joining us here at IMpower. It's great to see you. Firstly, if you could just explain to me what you see as the key trends affecting service and distribution models in the asset management sector right now in this quite challenging environment that we're in.
Yeah, it is a challenge, isn't it? I would like to talk about the retail distribution. And just remember, too few people invest too little, and many people don't have access to relevant investment products. So that is the challenge. It has been a challenge for a long time, and it's still a challenge. I'm hoping that both technology and maybe even regulation can help with resolving those challenges going forward.
You'd like to see a lot more people having that sort of access to those investment tools?
Yeah, I do. And I think with the new technologies coming in, we will have opportunities to actually give access to more people.
How do you see that playing in, the technology? What do consumers now expect in terms of how they use tech? And we hear a lot about how tech's disrupted this industry, but how could it be a positive thing for the end user?
It's quite interesting actually, because if you look at the current distribution in Central Europe, I'm excluding the UK at the moment, it's mainly through physical channels and a lot through banks. So it's not very digital at all. A few advisors do provide advice digitally, but full digital advice is hardly available at all. And that is going to change, I'm sure. How it will change? First of all, if you look at how we are building the digital advice today, if you can really use fintechs and open banking, if I can get access to your transaction details, I can understand what kind of risk profile you have, what kind of investment needs you actually have. Do you have kids? Do you not have kids? Do you own property? Do you not own property? Are you close to retirement or far from retirement? That's really important in order to give professional advice on investments. So by using that kind of technology, we can provide better advice. And you can use the similar technology to actually establish better portfolios to deliver to individuals.
What about regulation in those terms? Where does that come in here, and what do you expect to see in terms of progress for what is the benefit of the end user in the end? That's the most important thing.
There is a lot happening when it comes to regulation. I think maybe a couple of interesting things. First of all, I think it's worth mentioning, consumer protection, it has been heavily regulated for a long time. Now we're updating that also with sustainability, and it's helping us understand not only if we do care about risk and return, but whether we also care about real economy impact. I think it's a challenge just at the moment to implement it, but once we do, we will have better investment advice as a consequence. You have a separate line of regulations as well, which we are working quite a lot with our clients on at the moment, and that is inducements. It's how you incentivize the distribution of savings products. And certain countries in Europe and in the UK have banned inducements already. Others have not. New regulations is coming in, and it will fundamentally change the way we actually price the investment advice. I'm hoping that it will be for the better, but just at the moment, it just requires a massive transformation, and you will probably succeed if you think about changing your operating model and using more technology in order to provide those services.
How positive are you about these changes, how quickly they can happen and what the outcome of them will be?
That's also a very good question. And to some extent, I would like to say that this is going to happen very quickly. We just had a session at the FundForum today on how generative AI really will come in and change everything very quickly. But if you look at the history of asset management, this is a slow evolution. And I think maybe we will still have a slow evolution, but we should sort of be trying as hard as we can to do it more quickly, because we want to provide better investment opportunities for more people.
So what will you be focused on in the next 12 months, and how do you play your part in being part of that change?
good question again. I think we are helping our clients on many of these questions. Just earlier today, I was discussing with our clients sustainable investments and how they can really succeed in integrating that into everything they do. So that's one of the topics I'm working on. And I am also working on distribution, how we can develop better digital advice so that our everyone can have access to good financial services.
Kristin, thank you so much for joining me to share your thoughts. Great to talk to you.
Thank you.